Bear Grylls reveals the 10 most important lessons for wilderness success Part 3. 5. Drag out your survival instinct, test yourself. It's fair to say the human race is gradually losing many of those innate survival skills we have spent thousands of years perfecting. And the worry is we lose them totally in little more than a couple of generations. Grylls says holding onto them is difficult. It does, however, take a certain type of personality to want to thrust yourself into the wilderness. But we all have survival instinct in us. That's what a human being is, a survivor. Part of being a survivor is to find challenges in everyday life to keep your instincts honed. I think it's always important that we challenge ourselves. We are naturally wired so that we thrive in adversity and rise to big challenges. Modern society has changed some of that, but at heart, we are still driven by that inherent survival emotion. Get into some woodland with just a sleeping bag and a knife and see how quickly your mind starts mapping out ideas for food, for shelter, for survival. It's an incredible buzz. And if you can accompany that with heart and determination to keep going, despite the pain, then you will thrive. 6. Be positive. While positive mental attitude is a phrase most commonly boomed out in locker rooms and on athletics tracks, it's never more relevant than in the great beyond. You need to get straight and directly into the mindset that says everything you are doing is for a purpose, and that sole purpose is to stay alive, says Grylls. If you don't get a fire going, you're in trouble that night. If you don't shelter up, you're going to be devoured by everything. You have to see everything practically, and you have to embrace not just your successes, but failures too. On that note, allow yourself to make mistakes too. These days we style our holidays and our travel in a way that means everything has to be perfect and to schedule. We're conditioned to think this way right from when we arrive at the departure gate at a designated time. But exploring, which is what travel is, should never be structured like that. It should be free and boundary-free. A mistake is a good thing. When in the desert in the US or in South America, I used to eat scorpions raw, and they tasted really horrible, full of yellow pus. And then I realized that if you cook them a little by skewering them over a fire, they taste loads better. Much of what we learn as travelers is trial and error, and by doing things wrong in the first place.